What's up, Nick? What's up, Matt? Mario. No problem, Miss Tara. Get that video out when you can. What's up, Nate? We're not going to be on here too long tonight. Just come on here for a little bit. Just hang out. See what everybody's got going on. Figure we'd do a Two-fer Tuesday. Give everybody a little bit of a 2-for-1. Since I did a video this morning on the Tuesday vlog. And nobody else was live, so I decided to go live for a little bit. Oh yeah, I bet y'all have Matt and Tara. Oh, Matt, I know you were wanting one of those bow ties. I've got another one at work. It's not the same one, but I've got another one. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in another giveaway or not. But I actually have two more, but one of them isn't really giveaway ready. Jay Young, what's up, brother? No problem on that, buddy. Just get back with me when you can. No problem. Yeah, I've got another one. Like I said, I've got another one, but it's not as pretty. Or I guess it's not as shiny. It's more of a that one actually, other one I've got is actually came off another truck, so that one was actually used. All right, appreciate stopping by, Jay. But yeah, I've got another one. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna do it another giveaway or not. Just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Like I said, it's not really as nice, but it's still usable. I believe it came off 07 to 13 body style, so the fat looking body style. So I've got some ideas in the works for some videos, but I want to see what kind of yeah, I know, right, Matt? I've got some ideas, like I said, but I want to see more response from you guys out there watching. I want to see what's up, what you guys kind of have for ideas that you guys want to see. So while we're here all on the live streams tonight, tell me what you guys think and what you guys want to see. I want to take kind of jot a couple ideas down and see what you guys think about it. Bobby, what's up, brother? Which one, Tara? Mine or someone else's? Oh, yeah, on the Tuesday vlog. Yeah, yeah, the Tuesday vlogs. I'm trying to keep those a little geared towards away from the normal videos. So the Tuesday vlogs are kind of a little bit a step away from everything. So the Tuesday vlogs will be like a little bit of insight of what's going on, either a little bit of in-depth of what's going on the channel or what's going on my end. I'm not going to share too much right now. I'm trying to limit stuff a little bit at a time. So as far as sharing things, I'm still trying to open myself a little bit more. You know, I'm definitely trying to open myself up a little bit more. So, but there's some stuff I try not to put out there, as far as personal wise. But that's kind of what the Tuesday vlogs are geared towards, or gonna be geared towards more so, because if you do watch the Tuesday vlogs, then like I said, it's just gonna be a little bit of hit and miss there. I might talk a little bit about what's going on my end, to kind of step away from the tools a little bit. So I don't want to do just tools, like I said before, on the channel, but it does give you guys out there a little bit of something different to watch. So if you do like watching my channel and watching some of my content, you know, it'll kind of give you a little bit of step away and a step back from everything. You know, I definitely, you know, tools and everything, the tool porn or whatever you want to call it, it's good to watch. But, you know, if you follow somebody on YouTube, like Jay Young or Justin Dow, or, you know, some of these bigger guys, you know, they kind of do take a step away and push, you know, a lot of different YouTubers, they do push a lot of stuff out there other than what they're actually doing. So that's kind of going to be my take on it, is the Tuesday vlogs. So a little bit at a time, I'll start sharing a little bit with you guys, and just kind of showing you guys and seeing what's going on. If you guys want to share stuff with me, I might start putting my email out there, so you guys can email me. You know, if you don't already have my email, you guys can contact me through email, and, you know, just kind of going from there. I really kind of want to get a little bit more interaction with everybody, but not get in too deep with it, you know. Let's see. Free Spirit, what's up, buddy? Did you get your toolkit in the mail? Let's see, hold on. Mr. Mike, actually, I've got a 1-year review coming up on some Ratchet Wrenches. I don't want to share too much about it, but you guys will have to stay tuned to watch. But it's going to be a 1-year review of Walmart Hyper Tough Ratchet Wrenches, and I've put these things through some use and abuse, I promise you. I've actually compared them to Gear Wrench, and I'm not saying they're perfect, but these are actually come from Walmart, and they're the Hyper Tough brand. And for the past year, actually over a year, it's actually been over a year, but it'll be the 1-year review. What's up, Joe? It'll be a, yeah, Mario, actually, as far, not like abuse, like crazy abuse, but the only really thing that I use them for really is just the ratcheting part. I may use some time from time to time, maybe just to kind of break something free if I was kind of had to, but as far as a open end, but the main thing was the ratcheting portion, because when I bought those I didn't have any ratcheting wrenches, so it was just a little starter set to get me started. And I've put them through the ringer. I've had gear wrench brand new and had to warranty them out before I even had to get these. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. You guys will have to stay tuned for that video. But I do have that 1 year. It's actually, like I said, it's been over a year since I bought those. So you guys will definitely kind of enjoy that. That 1 year review of those hyper tough Walmart ratchet wrenches. I hadn't even seen any more of them at my local Walmart. I think I've seen them once or twice before, again, but I haven't seen any. Mario, Harbor Freight sells some decent ones too, but you kind of have to be careful. But like I said, the only thing that I use those for was just the ratcheting portion, because I had other better wrenches. But you guys will have to stay tuned for that video. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it and give it a while away. But yeah, Mr. Mike, as far as the tool videos, not all my tool videos are going to be, you know, they're not all going to be brand new stuff. I'm going to slowly start kind of putting, real reviews out there, what like use and abuse stuff, like stuff that's been used, stuff I've abused, used daily or on a weekly basis. So that's going to be a little bit of new stuff coming out. I've got some, like I said, I do got some videos in the works, but that is one of my main things I was thinking about this week. You know, that's I've got a couple things. So I try not to give everything away, but I'll let you guys know that I've got some stuff in the works. And as you guys can see, if you haven't watched my couple current videos, I've added in a new intro, outro. I've added music to the video, to the intros and stuff. And I'm definitely trying to make everything better, trying to play around with the editing process. I was talking to Bearded Yakin the other day. Me and him were texting, and kind of picking his brain a little bit, but you know, he kind of helped me do one of those logos. If you guys see that main first logo with the eagle wings and the pistons and stuff, all credit goes for that logo to him. That logo right there was completely designed by him, as far as I'm aware of. He sent me that logo, so all credit for that logo goes to him. I don't take, I don't take any credit for that logo other than it has my name on it. He created the logo, shot it up to me and said, "Hey, what you think of this?" I said, "That is a badass logo." So it's definitely pretty sweet. But Mario, if you're looking for some ratchet wrenches or ratcheting wrenches, whatever you want to call them, like I said, I did have those. I don't even know if they still have, the if they have the Hyper Tough brand as much anymore at Walmart. I'm seeing a lot more Stanley and stuff in Black & Decker. But if you go and get the flex head, I would say just go to Harbor Freight or something, get the flex heads, because the only reason I would even get those is because of the ratcheting mechanism, and that's the only reason why. I don't really trust when it comes to wrenches and stuff. I would rather have a precision wrench when it comes to actually using the open ends. That way I'm not slipping off and having a really loose fitment on a nut, especially in something that's really going to count. So I do have good wrenches. I've got, cheaper wrenches. Like for my cheaper stuff, I just use it for, smaller stuff or stuff that's not really going to matter. Or if I know I'm going to change the bolts out or nuts out, then I'll use it for that. It's not really that bad. Dang, Akin, you actually got gear wrench and Tecton at Walmart. I hadn't even seen I hadn't seen either one of those at Walmart, or at least nowhere near me. That's pretty cool though. But I know Tecton is a lower brand. But if they do sell it, that'd be awesome. That's pretty cool. I have to look into that. Maybe next time I go on a Walmart Wally World trip or something. But yeah, so Harbor Freight though, if you're gonna buy their ratcheting wrenches, I would just prefer to only use them for the ratcheting portion and not the freaking wrench, unless you just don't have any wrenches, you know. Then, or if you're not working on cars every day and you just need something. But flex head wrenches will get you in more spots than a standard one will. So, man, I'll have to check that shit out though, if they got it at Walmart. So, but if you guys got ideas, what you guys want to see on the channel, that's another thing that we're kind of talking about tonight. You know, if you guys got ideas and stuff that you want to see on the channel, then just let me know. So, yeah, I know there's two different ones, Yakin. There's there you got the ones that are in China or the ones that are in Taiwan. I believe there's two different stampings or something on them. But either way, you could still get a freaking warranty on them. And if you got, say, if you got a tool truck, you can always, you know, say if your tool guy carries gear wrench, you can still say, hey, give me this wrench, if they'll warranty it for you. So, Nate, I try not to do that too much. I don't want to, just because I'm so busy in the shop at work. And usually if I get something in the shop, say if it's, especially if it's just like a recall or something, I get it in the shop, get my parts, get that son of a bitch knocked out real quick. It's in and out. Maybe do like a quick multi-point inspection, visual inspection, top off my fluids, air pressure, and it's in and out. So majority of the time, I try not to waste time with that. You know, I've thought about doing some of those, and I'm trying to kind of work that in. I gotta find some time to kind of work that in a little bit, maybe like on a slow day or something. I did. Hold on. Before I tell you guys this, I'm gonna kind of read up on the comments. Let's see, Mario. If you're looking for wrenches, get a set. Harbor Freight, you're might get some skip sizes, but depends on if you're using more standard or metric. A lot of stuff now is metric. Usually you'll find a lot of 8, 10, 13, 15, 16, 18, a lot of those common sizes. So, Mr. Mike, what happened with the Hellcat? Yeah, another common size brine is 12 and 14. That can be, you might also see that size too. Yeah. I told Mr. Mike about the Hellcat. He didn't he didn't believe me. They're a freaking nightmare. Second plug for the transmission. You mean for the oil cooler? Yeah, the Hellcats have, for those of you who don't know, Hellcats, a Dodge Hellcat, where it doesn't matter if it's a Charger or a Challenger, both of them have two oil drain plugs. There's one for the oil cooler and one for the oil pan. If you don't drain both of them, you get recycled oil back into the engine and it starts making a mess. Yeah, they do, Antonio. Um, the the second drain plug on those, you have to take the front skid shield off. There's two skid shields. You've got one in the very front that goes along the bumper, and then you got the one that covers just your basic oil access and stuff like that. You've got to make sure that you drain the oil cooler. If you don't, it could be disastrous. And Chrysler even says that you got to drain both of them. If they're not, they have to be the oil cooler has to be drained for a certain amount of time, and then your standard drain on the oil pan. So we don't get too many of them that roll through our shop, and our Lube Tech guys, they don't even hardly work on them. They're not even really allowed to work on them that much. And we hadn't even had a demon come in yet, so I couldn't really tell you. I've taken two of the freaking courses for the demon, for the Master Tech courses. They're web courses, by the way. So, what I was going to tell you guys was the, alright, Nate, we'll see you later, buddy. So I've got we got a, try to see how I can word this for you. So we had a Chrysler 200 in the shop, and this is like a newer body style, like a 15. This is a, what's up, Mike? This vehicle, it had a motor had a long block put in it last year from another tech, and they drove it for the past year, and they had some other problems going on, and they went to Walmart and went to a couple other dealerships, but they had slung a rod on cylinder 4, blew oil everywhere, cracked the block, and we believe that they tried to claim insurance on it and set the car afire. Well, half of the back of the car is melted. It melted a lot of shit. I'm not going to get into all the nitpicking shit, but it did a lot of damage on that part. We believe that the insurance denied them. They probably went round and round with the insurance. They probably went to Chrysler and said, hey, this probably was caused by the motor. It was not caused by the motor. We even explained that to insurance and everything else. No, I didn't put the engine in. But apparently this was an issue to to where Chrysler said, okay, well, it's still under powertrain warranty, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, 60,000 miles on the car. So the we ended up putting another motor in it, another long block. So it's on its second motor now. Actually, it would be considered its third motor since factory. So it's on its third motor now. It runs. We finally got it to run yesterday. We were kind of nervous about running the car because of the melted stuff that's underneath it, and everything is so melted. All the skid shields up underneath it are melted. The rear bumper is melted. If I could take pictures of this car, I would definitely take pictures of it and show it to you guys, like make a video out of it, because it's so fucked up. And with the newer Chryslers, they have electronic parking brakes. The rear caliper, the rear brake lines are melted. The electronic parking brake connectors are melted. The neutral safety cable is melted and charred up. So the safety release, because it's got an electronic shifter, so it has a manual release, it's fucked up. Not only that, but also the fact that it's got a lot of other problems going on, but it does drive, but we don't really care. We got our money out of it. Chrysler wanted us to put a motor in it, so we decided, okay, well, you want us to put a fucking motor in it when the car needs to be scrapped, so we put a motor in it. It runs. What else do they want us to do? Next step is they're probably going to take it to a body shop and have all the body work done. But I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm not going to put too much business out there. But it's a pretty fucked up deal. But no, Mr. Mike, I didn't do. If you're asking, no, I didn't have anything to do with it. It's a freaking nightmare of a deal. Like I said, I don't want to get too much in the depth of it. If you guys want to contact me on that one, you can, but it's a nightmare of a deal. I feel like I'm losing my freaking voice. Shit. No, I'm hoping not losing my freaking voice again. So I'm thinking about doing another giveaway here in the future. I don't know. I'm not really worried about that, Mr. Mike. I really don't care. I mean, if they want to fire me, I really don't give a shit. I'll go find somewhere else. Believe me, if only you knew the shop that I work at, I would tell you I really don't give two shits. Which actually, there's talk of that company getting bought out. Well, at least the dealership is, and another large corporation's talking about coming in and buying it out. That dealership. So, but yeah, I've got some stuff fisting to come out on videos. But I wanted to see what your guys' ideas are and what you guys want to see. That was another purpose of the video. No, I don't advertise it, Brian. I really don't. I don't advertise, where I work and stuff like that. And I try not to advertise too much where I live. That's, I'll give you a general area, but that's about it. As far as where I work, I don't really, it's not like I say, hey, this is where I work, You know, I don't really put that out there. What's up, Gary? Um, Scott, I'll have to check that out, buddy. I've been trying to keep up with YouTube a little bit today, but I've been kind of busy in the shop, so I really haven't had too much time today. So I was trying to catch up with a couple videos this evening that kind of popped up on notifications and stuff. I was trying to catch up with like Clay and a couple others. So, but yeah, as far as the videos, uh, let's see. If you guys haven't seen the Vintage Tool Challenge, please guys go over and check that video out. And I talked about it this morning in the Tuesday vlog. Definitely check that out. The whole thing with the Vintage Tool Challenge video is, and I'm going to say it again, I know I said it before and again, the Vintage Tool Challenge, guys, please put out a video for that. And even if you don't have a single video out there, the whole point of the Vintage Tool Challenge, it is a challenge for everybody in the community to kind of get involved. It's what the whole thing is. It is a challenge to get everybody, push everybody to make at least one video. It kind of gives you, as a YouTuber, even if you don't make another video for as long as you ever live, but the Vintage Tool Challenge is, I decided to do that to kind of get everybody more involved. So when you come into live streams or you go to comment on somebody else's video, it kind of gives you a little bit more confidence, not only in yourself, but you know, as a YouTube person and out there. But you know, the vintage tool thing is, if you've got some old tools or something sitting around in the garage or old toolbox or a box somewhere, pull it out. I want to see what you guys got. And it's not really just, you know, the whole thing about the tools. It is more of a, like I said, again, a challenge to kind of get you guys out there to really get you guys involved in the community. And because a lot of you guys jump around from different live streams, and I know you guys follow there's so many people to watch, it's really to kind of get you guys out there and push you guys to make at least one video. And that's really the thing that I'm really trying to set guys to right now. And I really want to kind of get everybody more involved in the community to be able to start doing more fun things, maybe a little bit of challenges, you know. I don't know if you guys remember, like the ice bucket challenge, stuff like that, you know, kind of get everybody involved and stuff, so where, you know, we can be more tighter as a community. And I'm not saying we have to hang out with each other. You don't have to call each other on the phone or swap emails. I'm just saying, even if you just talk to each other on, you know, YouTube, and that's all you talk to each other on, that's fine. It's just to bring everybody closer in the community. So that's the whole thing about the Vintage Tool Challenge, is to kind of bring everybody closer, and to kind of bring everybody more like family, because a lot of us kind of say hey and what's up to each other when we jump in the live streams and the chats, just like tonight and every other night. You know, it's definitely kind of more of a friendly conversation going on all the time, and you know, that's the biggest thing. And if you guys, even if you got, like I said, just make that one video, and that's what I want to see, guys, is just make that one video of an old tool or something that you got laying around. You know, that's what I want to see. So that's all I'm going to say on that part. If you guys want to check out that video, go check out that video. Yeah, Gary, definitely make a video on that. Like I said, even if you don't have any content, definitely put something out there. So, um, let's see. So I almost bought a set of Nipex, a 4-piece set of Nipex today from a Matco guy, but I was like, God, man, they were on sale, but I already kind of knew the price point on them. I was pretty damn close. Matco has got the 4-piece set of Nipex pliers. They've got, I think it was two. What was it? Two channel lock pliers, like the slip-in pliers, and pair of dikes and a pair of needle nose. But I was like, man, I already know they're gonna probably be about $250. I asked my Matco guy, I said, how much these going for? And he said they go for about $277. He said they're on sale right now for $237. I said, yeah, that's pretty freaking close to about close to $250. So I was right there in the middle. But I was like, I can't spend that fucking much money on pliers, dude. Um, I said, man, that is just too much money. Now, don't get me wrong, Nipex makes some excellent shit. I'm not gonna lie, their fucking pliers are the shit. But I just can't justify spending $250 fucking dollars on 4 pliers when I can go to Harbor Freight, or I can go to anywhere else, Amazon, eBay, wherever else, and buy fucking like 10 sets of pliers for 4 fucking pliers. Not saying they're not great shit. Don't get me wrong. I like Nipex. They are some badass fucking pliers, but for the price point, I just can't justify spending that much money on pliers, or at least not right now. I just didn't have the upfront cash that I wanted to put down on them. I had something else on my list, so um, uh, you know, JC, definitely pawn shops are always good, especially this time of year. But it's always hit and miss. Those, like, some pawn shops may have some good shit, some pawn shops may not. I don't really go to the pawn shops that much and get tools. When it come unless I just go into somewhere and just kind of happen to see something, maybe like local flea market or something. But that's far between. Um, I don't really find too many good deals like that. Maybe I just don't get lucky. Yeah, power tools is another thing, but power tools is like a real crapshoot when you go into pawn shops to get power tools, because more than likely, like saws and shit like that, especially like the plug-in shit, or even the battery shit, because you don't know how old it is, maybe you do know how old it is, or you don't know how good the batteries are, you don't know how good the charger is, if there's anything, wrong with it. And then you've got some jackass at a damn pawn shop that you may or may not know, and just trying to sell you some shit, just to try to make a buck. But uh, if you're gonna buy tools from a pawn shop, I definitely recommend, like JC just said, hand tools. Me personally, if I'm gonna go to a pawn shop, or buy secondhand stuff like that, I'd rather buy something hand tools. That would be the best choice to go. Um, Free Spirit, if you're looking for a decent, like if you're talking about like a cordless ratchet, um, you know, I would look into. I'm not saying get it, but look into that Earthquake XT or the Milwaukee series. Those two are the best ones that I've found on the market right now. Um, Other than, of course, you can get Snap On and Matco and all the other ones, but to be honest, the best two for the price points that I've seen out there right now. I've seen a couple others, but Earthquake XT, uh, and then the again, like I said, the Milwaukee series. That was the M12 or M18, whatever it is, whatever the hell they've got now. M20, I don't know. Yeah, the Earthquake XT. I really haven't. I think um, somebody had it in the shop. One guy had it recently. Bought one in the shop, but it was um, he seemed to like it. I think he was using it for the house though, because he used his air ratchet at work. And then another guy just bought the M12, two M12s, or was it like a one? It was like one of the ratchets, and then one of the other ones. So yeah, but they're both pretty sweet. I really haven't had time to really play with those. Yeah, Free Spirit, the stubby impact that Harbor Freight's got looks very, very similar to the one that Matco got. Minus, just a little bit of minor changes. Um, I believe, I want to say that they're made by Ingersoll Rand, but I'm not 100% on that. But we did compare. My supervisor at work has got an Ingersoll Rand, and another one of our lube techs has got a Harbor Freight Impact, and we put them side by side. They are freaking identical. The only thing difference between the two is the trigger mechanism, and that was about the only thing. Everything else was identical to each other. I like Cobalt shit too. I've got some Cobalt shit. Which they changed their look of their pliers and stuff too. So the pliers that I've got are like a couple years old. So that's why I want to kind of get some new pliers and stuff. But the pliers, they are the pliers that I got. Most of them are Cobalt, or some of ones are like miscellaneous. You know, I do have some Matco pliers. I've got some Jeep shit too. Mm. But I don't know if I would buy the ones that I got. I got them in a set though. I don't know if there's supposed to be like a difference in like their set pliers or like their single pliers or something. But I've broke like two of the fucking pliers. I chipped the freaking tip off the dikes or wire cutters or whatever you want to call them. And what other ones? I broke another. Was it bent or broke one? But the fucking grips on those things do not stay worth a shit. So, all right, Miss Terry. Yeah. Man, I was trying to watch Justin Dow's stream last night, and he was on late, and I was like passed out last night. So I woke up for a little bit and caught him on live stream for a few minutes, just to say, shout out and give support. and I was like, holy shit. He was apparently on there for like 3 hours, but it was so late, dude. I was on there for maybe 20 minutes, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. Shit. Um, but yeah, the cobalt pliers, I don't really like those too much. JC, I seen that pressure washer video you did earlier. I seen that. I don't know if it was it today you posted that or yesterday, but I seen where they had contacted you about doing that review. You don't usually get that too much. Yeah, like I said, cobalt is okay, but I've kind of moved away from like buying shit from Lowe's or Home Depot just because like the price point of it, like they used to be like cheap tools, and going to Lowe's to me was better than going to Harbor Freight or something like that. And we didn't really have a Harbor Freight where I used to live. We didn't have a Harbor Freight like uh, where I live now is where the Harbor Freight is close. So I lived like since I live in Lower Alabama, um, I lived across the river, and we didn't have no Harbor Freight. You only had like Lowe's and Home Depot and shit like that. Well, since I moved on the other side, we have Harbor Freight, and now they got Harbor Freight across the river, but it's like new. It's only like a year old. It used to be an AutoZone, so they converted the AutoZone into the fucking Harbor Freight. So, but really all you had for tool wise was either the hardware store, uh, online, or like if you had like tool vendors or something like that, or Lowe's and Home Depot and shit like that. But you didn't really have Harbor Freight, so that's one of the main reasons why I bought Cobalt back then. Mario, if you're looking for like some deals or something, just depends on what you're looking for. Um, Harbor Freight always got some kind of deal going on, but it just depends on what you're looking for and tool wise, or if you're looking for like something specific. You really kind of, if you're looking, you gotta really know what you're looking for. Sometimes if you're trying to, if you catch it on a deal, maybe you're not looking for it, just usually when it happens. Usually the best deals is when you're like don't have the fucking money for it. You're like, oh shit, best deal ever, but no fucking money. So yeah, that's another thing too, Mr. Mike. It's like, no, you can't get it. Shit. The wife got to put their foot down. All right, JC, appreciate you stopping by, buddy. So, um, oh man, Gary, you don't really have to edit your videos. Like my most of my beginning videos, um, I even most of my videos now, I don't edit my videos. Like all this chopping and doing this and cutting all this stuff out. Usually, most of my videos are like one shot go, um, and that's pretty much it. You know, if I don't get it right, it's okay. Well, shit, I'm just gonna have to reshoot it all over again. So if something fucks me up or something completely screws me up or whatever, I'm just gonna go back and just reshoot. So I don't really have much of an option because I just taking all that time, but then having to take little small clips, and then I'm having to stretch everything out, and then take the little section out, and then having to rebuild everything back together. Screw all that crap. I'd just rather just one take shoot, and that's it. If it looks like crap, you know, hey, I don't get views. I don't get good views on that video. Then I don't get good views. There's plenty more chances to make more videos. You know, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is for me, Scott. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and spend a god awful amount of time to edit my videos. You know, if you don't like what you see, there's plenty of other shit to watch on the interwebs. You know, whatever you want to call it. Um, there's plenty of other stuff and other people and other interesting crap to watch. So if you don't like it, thumbs down. You don't have to be, you know, ass about it. Just do whatever. Mr. Mike, have you been trying to get in touch with YouTube about that? I'm sure you probably have, but you know, there's not much you can really do. I mean, at least you're still allowed to get on YouTube. I'm surprised they hadn't blocked your account. So, let's see. Yeah, you got to get your account fixed, Mr. Mike, or just make another freaking account and put like Mr. Mike number 2, Mr. Mike 2, or Mr. Mike like revised or something. Yeah, like Mr. Mike Reloaded. Mario, I'm sure if he wants to tell you, he'll tell you. He was being, I guess you can, being more of an ass, I guess you could say. Yeah. But you just got to know Mr. Mike and how he works. Uh, you have to kind of been around Mr. Mike a little bit and know how he is. So, so, but if you guys haven't watched the videos, the newest couple videos that I've been posting, if you have watched them, um, I don't know if any of you guys have watched my recent videos, but what do you guys think about the intros and doing the outros and stuff like that? And what do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think about it. Definitely looking for the feedback on it. Also, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, make sure you guys hit that like button. Mario, I would say if you're gonna look, yeah, the Power Probe soldering iron is a piece of garbage, and it is crap. Um, if you've seen that video, you know why I hate it. I would do a more in-depth review on it, but it's not even worth my fucking time doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really not, and I'm sure you guys would probably be like, okay, well, you're probably not using it right. Well, I'm not really that great at soldering anyways, but not to say the least that I've used other soldering guns and could solder, you know, a hell of a lot better. And I want to say I've seen another one at Lowe's, and it wasn't worth a crap. I believe I know which one you're talking about, the Dremel. I think I want to say, is it the Dremel? It's either the Dremel or the Burns-O-Matic. I've seen people have problems with. I don't remember which one it was. It was at Lowe's though. Matt Nixon's like in everybody's live stream though. But the um I've got some shit. Lost my place here. Yeah, I think that's the one. The other one I was talking about. Mario was the Burns-O-Matic. They're good for, the only thing Burns-O-Matic is really good for is like their torches. That's about it. The soldering kits, I believe that is the one I'm thinking of. That one was freaking garbage. And anybody, I've seen reviews on it before, because before I bought that Power Probe, I was looking online and stuff for different ones, and everybody said that Burns-O-Matic was garbage. Like, they had constant freaking problems with it. They used it one time, and it just, ugh, garbage. But a lot of people will tell you sometimes the best way to go is just get a good old electric, you know, standard electric soldering iron, and you'll be good to go. Now, the downside to electric is that it takes longer to heat up sometimes, and it takes longer to cool down. So with the butane or the cordless or whatever you want to call them, soldering kits, um, they're more convenient, so you don't have to worry about cords and crap, but they can also be, you know, hassle. It's sometimes it's hard to yeah, and that's one of the main selling points for the, like, the gas or whatever, you know, like a butane soldering kit, is because the mobility of it. But if you're not careful, um, you know, it's all about heat control. And if you know how to solder, it's all about heat control. If it gets too hot or not hot enough, or you know, you got to make sure you get just the right temperature and the thickness of the wire, and then the type of soldering you're using, the type of tip you're using. You know, it's just like with welding. I mean, essentially that's pretty much what you're doing, but you're just fusing two pieces of metal together. So the I don't really solder enough at work though, so I try not to do too much electrical shit. I'm not an electrical guy. As far as mainly what I do is mainly like maintenance work. That's mainly what I do. Brakes, tires. I do some motor work, but I don't do a whole lot. I don't do transmissions. I don't do a whole lot of like I said, I don't do electrical. I can do interior work. I do limit myself on doing electrical work. So any type of electrical work, I really limit myself. Let me get Scott a blue wrench here. There we go. Yeah, I've got like a Weller in my toolbox, and it's so freaking old that it either it takes 50 fucking forevers for it to heat up, or it doesn't heat up at all. I mean, I could sit there and hold solder on it for like 30 minutes and it won't melt it. And I'm talking about like thin solder or thick solder, it doesn't matter. So then it cools off too quick. So if it does get hot, so I had to keep a zip tie around the trigger just to kind of keep it to where it'll stay hot. So I don't even fuck with it no more. By the one that I mean not getting hot, I mean it's electric, not a butane, by the way. So, but the butane ones, I mean, we all know that if you're used to using them, heat control is the biggest thing. And if you get too hot, I mean, you're just slinging solder everywhere. If it's not hot enough, you're not getting enough contact with the wires and the solder. You know, all that good shit. So, uh, that's just so much of a pain in the ass. That's why I just don't like using the Power Pro, because I burned through tips in it. It has terrible problems with heat control. It runs out of butane like nothing, and it seems like it takes half a fucking big ass can of butane just to fill it up. And the one that my supervisor's got, he's got the matte coat, and he's got like it's got the cartridges, and those are a lot better. So yeah, I know how to help Mr. Mike too. Just don't fucking solder. That's the best option. Just don't fucking solder. That's what I don't do. So, But with Chrysler bullcrap, they make you solder. So, but I leave that shit to my supervisor. He does all the damn soldering. All right, Gary. Uh, well, I mean, like I said, I can solder. It's just some certain shit. And then when you talking about having to get in some tight spots, and then you don't have a lot of room to really stretch wires, and then you having to adapt another freaking wire, so you've got space like this, and you're trying to having to stretch. I don't even want to get into wire repair. It's freaking nightmare. And Chrysler makes you solder fucking everything, and it's got to be done a certain way, or otherwise, if they ever go back in and inspect it, then you can get seriously backflagged for it. So, yeah, I know about the wire holders and stuff, the magnetic base wire holders, but when you're in a tight spot and you don't have the option to use something like that, you don't have much of an option. So, liquid solder. You talking about like the um I don't know about liquid solder, but I've heard of like liquid um tape, like liquid electrical tape. I've never seen a liquid shit like that. But no, you can't use that shit either. They'll fucking wring your ass with Chrysler. Yakin's back in the house. Yakin, I was watching your live stream last night, man, and I started getting fucking tired, dude. It wasn't that you were boring. It had nothing to do with that, dude. I started fucking getting sleepy as shit, and I was like, "Holy fuck, dude!" Dude, I could not keep my freaking eyes open any freaking longer, at all. So I was like, I'm fucking sitting here trying to, like, hold my eyes open, trying to watch your live stream. I was like, oh god, I'm trying to watch the live stream. I'm like holding my eyes open. I said, oh god, I'm trying to sit here and watch this stream for a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. And I was like, oh god. And I guess I finally just closed YouTube out and just like passed out, dude. My wife said she came in back in the room after doing some stuff in the living room, and she said I was fucking passed out. She said, you were like passed out. Then I woke up later on, and because um shit. But when I woke up later on, I seen that Dow was live, and I was like, oh shit, he's fucking live. So I was like, stopped in for a few minutes. I got on for a few minutes, and like seeing him was like, just say hey, showing support. I was like, dude, he was like live late last night, late. Well, at least late for my time. It's still a little bit early for his time, but he was late. He had a Frank M Tech on there. Yeah, I think I think we all kind of understand Mr. Mike's situation. Mr. Mike's got to make his own content and videos. Um, Mr. Mike got to show his face in the community. So, oh shit. So, yeah, Mr. Mike just needs to like start off with like a toolbox tour or some shit. That was my first video, at least. I started off my first video doing a toolbox tour, and it just kind of went from there. So, you know that it's the only. I think I don't know. You know, we're not here to talk about Mr. Mike. Yeah, I've seen it, Mr. Mike. Um, like I said, I think that's the only reason why everybody's kind of like on you about it was because of the live stream deal, and you know, I think everybody's kind of like interested to see like your videos. I think that's, you know, the whole community wants to see that, and they, I mean, I don't really care either way, but you know, I think that's what everybody's deal is, because that you weren't making your own content and stuff. So, you know, I think couple people may have had like sore ass about it, to be honest with you. So I think some people were just like, okay, well, this dude doesn't even make any content. He's always coming in bashing folks, or coming in talking shit, or getting in shit talking back and forth with several other people. You know, whatever the case is, you know. So I think that's kind of why some people might have got butt hurt. So, I mean, you know, that's good and all, Mr. Mike. Yeah, we could say sorry and thank you all day long, and, you know, with all due respect, but uh, the thing is that, I mean, you can't just go around telling everybody fuck you and then saying, you know, wanting to say, hey, you know, sorry, I said fuck you, you know, sorry, go fuck yourself. I mean, we can't all just go around saying that. So I think people start getting a little, again, like I said, a little sore ass after a little while. So, yeah, I know, right? I mean, we're just here in the live stream. I probably won't keep this live stream up tonight. I'll probably keep it up for a little bit after get off, but I won't keep the whole live stream up. I won't keep, probably won't keep this one up. Just so they don't try to bash me down. YouTube's algorithm bullshit, try to bash me down and shit. So I don't really care. I mean, they can delete my account tomorrow, and I mean, yeah, I'd probably be a little bit aggravated and probably a little pissed, but, you know, it's not like I can't make another fucking account. I mean, what are they gonna do? I'll make another email, make another account. So, it's not like I'm monetized. I mean, we've got a long ways to go before we get monetized. I think we're still probably, oh shit, 7,700 views away from 10,000 views last time I checked before I got on live stream. So we still got a long way to go, a long ass way. But considering I've only been doing this a couple months, you know, I guess it's a good sign that I've only been doing it for a couple months and I've over 2,200 views, almost 2,300 views. I think I'm about 2,300 views now. So, just depending on how much it adds up. So, you know, like I said, if I was monetized, I'd probably care a little bit more, but I'm really not monetized right now, so, I mean, Yeah, I mean, 138 subscribers, um, and then on top of, you know, not as many views as really. I'm not even getting a whole bunch of views on my videos. Like, my most watched video is my toolbox store. And if I was getting a lot more views on each of my individual videos, that would be better. But most average, just to kind of put in perspective for you, an average video viewage on most of my videos is anywhere between 30 and 50, somewhere between that range. So it's not a whole lot of views. Now, like, again, like I said, the most watched video is my toolbox store. I mean, everybody wants to see toolboxes and tools and shit. So, I mean, quick porn, you know, and you look at some tools. So, you know, you want to see that kind of stuff. But I've also got a couple other videos that's like 100, 200. That's about it. Yeah, I don't have a whole bunch of views on my videos. But when it comes down to it, you know, if I was monetizing some of my stuff, it might be a little bit different. But that's why I'm trying to make it better, more interesting, add different tags to the videos, trying to put it out there as much as I can. I even went through, was it past 2-3 days, and went in some of my videos and added a couple extra tags and stuff just so I can get more hits and views. But it seems like not much is working on that end, but it just takes forever. Um, um, you know, and I try to be careful, and like this whole copyright infringement you guys are talking about, I got to be careful about what I put on mine. So, you know, you see some people like put in a whole bunch of branded stuff, so I try to be somewhat careful about what I'm putting in there. So, and with some of my videos, before I go posting a whole bunch of shit, like, I can't just go and say, you know, throw in Snap on here and, you know, this and that brand here and there, or put music on my videos. Like, if I was playing music right now and if I was monetized, I'd probably get fucking strikes against my channel. So, yeah, I don't really think that's gonna, you know, um, affect too many people. Yeah, can't freaking stop yawning. Um, don't really think too many people care about birthing videos, Mr. Mike, though. Yakin, um, what is the status of your monetizing? Mario, I really don't have a favorite thing, to be honest with you. I mean, I work on cars. It's not really that interesting. Um, you know, I don't really know. No, I fucking hate doing recalls, by the way. They don't make much money. And Yakin, you gotta get on that, man. We gotta get you monetized, man. Figure out what the hell's going on. Because I'm right up there behind you. Well, I say I'm right behind you, but not too far. Um, as far, you got me beating views for sure, and not too far ahead in the subscribers. Um, my thing is, got to get you monetized. Figure out what the hell is going on, because it shouldn't take that damn long. I don't know why the hell they, unless they probably said that Uh, Probably because of the copyright infringements or something like that could have been affecting it. Something like that, I don't know. Then you have to wait so much time before it falls off. Yeah, the whole monetizing thing is, it takes freaking forever. And then they want to take fucking their sweet ass time to get you paid. Like when I first did YouTube, like 6 years ago, I had a guitar instructional videos and covers and stuff like that I was doing, and some of my own stuff I was playing. Um, and I was getting views on my videos. Like back then, like you only had to have like, was it 1,500, like 12 or 1,500 views on one video in order to start monetizing. And in order to get that, you had to get up to a certain amount before they would start sending you your first check. So your first check wouldn't come to you till you hit, I believe it was $500, I believe it was. So when they started doing that, like I had like several videos like 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 views. I think my most watched video had like 5,000 views on it. And I was making money on those videos, but after I got my first check from YouTube, it was like the next week. I mean, I didn't even have the check, very far in hand. And within that next week, I accidentally deleted the email that was, because I had like 4 different emails. Now I was trying to close 2 of them out so I can run only 2. One for like bullshit and one for like personal shit. So if anytime I was online or something, needed my email, put in my email, I'd just give them that one. It was like a Yahoo and a Gmail. And I deleted one of the Gmails, and lo and behold, it was connected to my YouTube account, and it fucked me all up. I mean, I had a good number of videos on there and everything. Was making money. And, fucked myself up on that. And just decided never to really do YouTube again. Up until this year. A couple months ago. So, that's a little bit about, when I first started YouTube. To kind of give you guys a little bit of insight. Made my first freaking check of YouTube, $500, and gone. I was out. Yeah, I thought about doing it again, making a separate channel. I don't want to put that on this channel. I really don't. Like this is not the channel I want to put that on. This channel here is strictly for tools and cars and reviews and all that good shit. So yeah, they did lower the thresholds, from my understanding, to $100, but the back kicker to that shit is that you've got to have 10,000 overall views, and not just one video that has like 1,000 or 1,500 views or whatever it was back then. So now you've got to have fucking 10,000 overall views. But once you hit that monetization threshold, you can start monetizing multiple videos, no matter if they've got 10, 20, 30 views already. Yeah, I'm trying to keep that like down a little bit. I don't want to really put, like I said, I don't really want to put that on this channel. I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it some more, and I'm like, I just don't know if I want to put that on this channel though. Like I thought about just having like you just said, having maybe like one day or just one video a week, or yeah, even like once a month, I've thought about it, I'm like, you know, I just don't know if I want to put that out there again. Um, because the when I used to do it, it was guitar instructional videos, and then I would do occasional covers, and then I would do occasional. I did a couple of my original stuff back then, but um, you know, it's really hard to really distinguish that on this channel because this channel is really based more towards the tools, the tool reviews, the various other reviews, and then the car stuff. So if I was to go make another channel, I would have to either change my name or it would be like, I don't know, it'd be like Chris M, um, guitar, or Chris M music, or which, by the way, my last name is music, but that's a different story. Um, the I just don't I just don't want to put that on this channel though. So I would make a separate channel and then maybe like put a link in like some of my descriptions, or maybe even talk about, say, okay, well, you guys go, if you like this stuff, if you like, even if you don't like watching the tool videos, you get tired of watching the tool videos, go check out my other channel if you guys like watching that, shit like that. I put that out there, but um, I just don't know if I would just put that on this channel though. And mainly all the stuff I do now is acoustic stuff. I don't really. Um, I got rid of my electric guitar, which I should have never done, but I was kind of like, uh, and Tony, I thought about that too. I was gonna do that at one point. That was cars and guitars was kind of like my thing. Um, Probably I was gonna make, it, like I said, it is kind of funny that you say that because about a year ago I'd actually thought about that, and that was gonna be uh my strictly YouTube channel. That was gonna be when I was gonna bring it back. I kicked around the idea. I was like, that'd be a pretty cool freaking idea, just to put like talk about cars and fucking talk about guitars. I mean, who doesn't like those two? So, but I just decided to not do it, and that kind of fell through. So I just don't want to do that anymore. Not saying that I couldn't do it, and I would probably get a hell of a lot more views. I mean, to be honest, I probably would, but I just don't see the necessary fit for it anymore. I'll stick to the tool porn. I think we all like good porn. So, nothing wrong with some good porn, man. Yeah, Mario. I still, um, usually, actually, I was kind of playing around tonight, a little bit before the wife got home. So I was kind of hanging out a little bit, just kind of picking around. So sometimes I'll just kind of pick around a little bit. That's about all I do now. I don't really, I used to have a band and everything. Midget porn. I'm not too big of that though. I don't even really. I just. I kind of don't even really watch a whole lot of that stuff anymore. That's what the old lady's good for. Yeah. Strictly tool porn. We didn't say tool. Yeah, there's so many ways you can take that, by the way. So we're talking about tools, not man tools or men's tools. We're talking about like wrenches, ratchets and wrenches, like sockets and fucking power tools and shit. Not a fucking like dick tool. We're talking about like sockets and fucking hammers and shit. Fucking manly men shit. The fucking tool porn, man. Damn. I got some tool porn for you. You want to see my tool? I think if somebody did that, I'd believe they'd probably get banned. It's bad enough what Jay Young did. His Christmas card. If you guys haven't seen that shit, that's hilarious. Mario, probably some fucking recalls. Actually, I've got 2 recall jobs lined up for in the morning. Um, I've got one I've got to get out in the morning. I've got another one that's a lightning strike car. Me and my supervisor have been kind of tag teaming it a little bit. And I've got one. Shit, what is it? It came in tonight, this evening, like the end of the night. It was like a 2011 Dodge Ram 1500. Something about on a cold start, it doesn't want to start or stay running, so they have to shoot it up with fucking ether or starting fluid, and once it gets going, it'll go. And then you got shit. What is it? The axle pinion nut recall on it, which you got to inspect it, which it's probably gonna have to get fucking rebuilt, which I'm not rebuilding the motherfucker. So we'll give it. I'll probably hand that recall over to the fucking axle guys, cause I'm not rebuilding differentials. I don't do differentials. Fuck that shit. That axle pinion nut recall is a fucking nightmare, dude. You have to drop the drive shaft. When you take the drive shaft off, disconnect it from the rear flange. There's a special tool you got to use. You got to mark the flange and the pinion nut, and you've got to mark the center. You've got to mark the fucking pinion, the center part of the pinion. You've got to mark the nut, and you've got to mark the flange to make sure everything's going to line up. Then once you make sure everything line up, you have to torque it to a certain spec, and then you back off, and then you torque it again, and then you take it off, and you torque it a third time. Was it a third time or something? And you've got to make sure it doesn't move. If it moves, then you've got to take it all fucking down and rebuild the differential. If not, then guess what? You're good to go. You got to put like a fucking plastic washer in there. You've got to put like this plastic washer in these 2 nuts that hold it in place. It's like a plastic metal snap ring in there. Like I said, if it doesn't move, then you're good to go. You got to put that snap ring in. If it does move, then you've got to rebuild. You've got to put a new I want to say you got to put a new ring and pinion. You got to put new bearings. You got to put you may end up having to get a new carrier bearings, all kinds of shit. What axle is it? I don't fucking remember. It's just an axle recall. It's the Chrysler It's on the Dodge Rams. They had them on two different ones. Um, you've got they're mainly on the 1500s. They had them in like the mid 2000s year, and they had them on the 2000 fuck was it 09 to 11s, I want to say. No, it's not inside the differential. It's like where the pinion nut sits on the outside. It goes around the pinion nut and it clips in there. So you've got to pinch it together, and once you break it loose and put these two, there's got like two bits that you drive into it, and you got to tap it in over the nut. And once you tap it over the nut, you've got to like, it snaps into place. It'll kind of like pop out just a little bit and it'll snap into place. I don't it's I want to say it's only on the 1500s, but I think I have seen it on the 2500 before on the gas burner. But the oh dude, it's a freaking nightmare. I had to do one on a Aspen, and it does not pay worth a shit to do that recall. Like, you got to do all this fucking work to inspect this shit. You know, you got to do all that work, and just to inspect it, it only pays like fucking half an hour. So you're telling me I only get fucking half an hour to take a rusty ass motherfucking drive shaft loose off a flange, pry this motherfucker loose, and then get all this fucking shit out, torque this, torque that, check it again, mark this, mark that, for only fucking 4/10 or fucking barely half an hour? They're fucking lost their damn minds. That's why I don't like doing them. And then to rebuild the motherfucker, you only get 4 hours. It's like 4.5 hours. So, Mario, I thought about that, but I'm not technically ASE certified. I'm only Chrysler certified. But like I said, the it's a nightmare on that freaking recall. It don't pay enough. Chrysler don't pay enough shit. Now where I'm at, they pay decent techs, but they pay us decent. But as far as their pay plans suck ass. You only get paid on the fucking 10th and 25th, so you don't get paid every week. Oh shit. Mm. Man, I really did not expect to be on live stream this long tonight. Yeah, I've been there in the military pay too, Mario. I've had my fair share of that. Fuck it. I'm done with that crap. I spent 6 years of my life doing it. Yeah, I fucking hate airbag recalls, Mr. Mike. I've done enough of them. Drivers, passenger, take your pick. Side curtain. Trucks, cars. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say it's like, Brian, I want to say it's like 4.5 hours to do one. And it does not fucking pay enough, because you got to tear the axle completely down. We ended up making a special tool where the bars that go through the fucking axle tubes, you got to pull the axle tubes out, or the axle shafts. Dude, it is a fucking nightmare. And then on top of it all, if it's really fucked up in there and it's not covered under the freaking recall, then the customer has to pay for it. Otherwise, you're putting faulty shit back in. So you got a bearing that gets fucked up in the process of tearing it down, and you're having to put it all back together. Or they, the dealership might cover it, may or may not, being as it's a recall. Ever scratch anything doing a recall, Mr. Mike? Fuck, what was it I was doing on a freaking car? Not doing a recall, no, but I was doing something else. No, shit, I was doing something else on a fucking car, and I was pulled too far forward, and it was on a Dodge Avenger, and the doors were swung out, both front doors were swung out, and they were right where the two, because I got a 2-post lift in my stall, and they were pushed out. The doors were rubbing against the 2-post right there in the corner of it, and it kind of scratched it a little bit, scratched the fucking paint. So, a small scratch. Yeah. Broke shit, yeah. I've definitely broke shit. Old ass dash and shit. There wasn't nothing I could do because the dash was already busted up. Like an old Dodge Ram. It was like a 03 or 04. I haven't cut a seat. I've broke interior pieces. That's for damn sure. Trying to take it apart. Not paying attention or trying to go back together with it. Yeah. It wasn't just a small scratch though. It was like quarter sized. Like one was a quarter size, one was like nickel size. And like one part, it kind of actually like rubbed through the fucking paint. On that one, on the Dodge Avenger. That fucked up. But shit, when I first started being a tech with Chrysler, dude, I broke so much shit. I broke fucking bolts, fucking plastic pieces, I broke clips, I broke fucking all kinds of shit, dude. I broke so much shit. Yeah. Which some of them you can, sometimes you can kind of get away with some stuff, sometimes you can't. Have I ever drilled through a roof or a pillar or door panel? No. We don't really do too much drilling. Usually if you gotta do drilling, it's through a fucking firewall or something like that. We don't really do a whole lot of drilling. It's usually for a specific reason, and you gotta be careful. So, there's one for the fucking track bar recall on the 2500s or 3500s. Yeah, I'll be tuned into that one tomorrow night. Yeah, I can. He's gonna be getting shit faced tomorrow. No, Brian. I've had some pretty shitty days. I've had some pretty bad ones. Some of them I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've had some pretty bad ones. Of course, I've broke all kinds of shit, but I haven't wrecked any cars since I've been with Chrysler, though. I haven't wrecked any. I've had shit happen to me, but I've never fucking... I've still got a scar on my fucking... secondary scar on my head where I fucking... sliced my fucking head open. So I sliced my head open on doing a Pacifica. I was doing a trailer hitch. install. The first one ever at our dealership anybody had ever done. Nobody knew how to do one. And I had to take the bumper off and all kinds of shit. And I sliced my head on the damn pinch weld. Damn, yeah, I can't get shit faced tomorrow, man. Damn. I'm sure you'll probably get pretty shitty this weekend, though. Maybe some birthday sex or something. I might have to do. No, never had that one happen. I haven't had one fall off a lift. No. Now I have had one on a scissor lift. Well, we've got like our quick lube racks. The way they're set up, they've got like two platforms like this side by side, and you just kind of drive over them. Well, one of the latch arms failed improperly and locked up, and the sumbitch laying like this, so the fucking car sitting there like this. So we had to lift the motherfucker up, back up, and get it unstuck, and then we had to manually release the locks on it. So we had to kind of get it to fucking latch down. So the bitch was like sitting, like really bad, lifted up. Better to say he's always getting birthday sex. Oh, shit. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah. Yeah, I figured it's probably after 10 o'clock. Shit. Oh, man. Not gonna be on here much longer, a few more minutes. Um, uh, shit. But yeah, I'm fixing to get off here, guys. Um, that's pretty late for me. I got a long ass day tomorrow. I got some couple jobs in the shop, big jobs going on. So I got a lot of shit I gotta take care of tomorrow too. No, Mr. Mike. All right, guys, I'm getting off here. You guys have a great evening. I appreciate everybody stopping by for tonight and catching the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had fun conversation with everybody. Till next time, guys. Thanks everybody for watching and subscribing. If you guys haven't thumbs up the video, give it a good like. Till next time, guys. Keep on wrenching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.